seen you on the TV, everybody still loves you. Me, I'm still having trouble every day, I'm thinking of you. Some days I wanna cry, other days I'm like, fuck you.
Hey, it's Christian. I'm 5 months on testosterone, so this is just a quick update, and then I'm gonna answer some questions I found online about transgender community. So first off, my dose has been lowered to 0.5 milligrams. Yeah, and that's just for my anger, and also my testosterone levels are high. They're supposed to be, I think, between 100 and 600, or 200 and 600. I think it's 100 and 600. Correct me if I'm wrong. And my levels at its lowest point was 660 something. So I just had to get that lowered, because otherwise I'm gonna have health problems. But I think other than that, I'm just gonna answer some questions. Um, what does it mean to be transgender? Being transgender is, if you want, like, the most accurate meaning is being identifying with the opposite gender, or a different gender than the one you were born with. To me, transgender is being happy and being comfortable with who you are. It's more than just changing genders. It's finally being who you are and knowing who you are as a person. How does someone know that they're transgender? It may not like click at first. A lot of people come out when they're older, like in their 20s, 30s. You can be any age and know that you're a transgender. And some come out at like 10, 11 years old. Like it's when you finally realize it. You can be feeling like you're the odd one out. You may even come out as the wrong thing at first, or wrong sexuality, wrong gender at first, because you don't know. And so for me, I knew, like, when my parents just asked me, like, are you? And I was like, oh shit, I am. Like, it makes sense now. So definitely at a young age, I suggest exploring your LGBT community. Not only, even if you're only just an ally, or any of that, like it always helps to know your stuff, because you may even have friends who is one thing or the other, and it helps if you know more, if you educate yourself, so that you can sympathize or empathize, or even find out who you are. What's the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity? Your sexual orientation is who you are attracted to. It's what you are attracted to. It's being homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual, asexual, aromantic, all that, demisexual, pansexual. Like, it's who gets you going, to put it simply. And your gender orientation is who you identify with. It's about loving yourself. It's not about loving others. So, whether you're transgender, FTM, female to male, MTF, male to female, or non-binary, or any of that, that's completely different than who you are attracted to as a person. It doesn't mean to have a gender that's not male or female. identifying as, you know, non-binary or no gender or agender, that's just not putting a label to yourself. It's, you know, wearing what you want, not exactly saying I'm this, I'm that. It's I'm me. What does good transition mean? Um, for me, a good transition just means, you know, being happy with yourself. It's not necessarily how others look at you or how others see it, how you change. Because some may look at you and be like, oh, you haven't transitioned well, or stuff like that. And, you know, that could be offensive. It's a good transition is basically loving yourself and coming to terms with yourself, because transitioning doesn't just mean, you know, getting on hormones, getting on testosterone or estrogen. It's becoming the person you want to become and loving yourself as you are. What is gender dysphoria? Gender dysphoria is not feeling comfortable with your assigned sex. It's basically being insecure about your body because of your assigned gender, your assigned sex. And I found best ways to get over it or not feel gender dysphoria is to communicate with people. And even if it's just your mom calling you handsome or your friend saying, hey, you look super good today, like, it's have people, have your community, your allies, your support know how you feel, so that you're not feeling it alone and they can help you with it. And if that doesn't help, you can also like ask a therapist, because I go to therapy. So yeah, and I think that's all I'm gonna answer for now. If you have any more questions, you can message me, personal message me, or, you know, DM me, comment. I don't know, I'm really awkward. So thanks for watching, and yeah. Do me a favor and follow me on Instagram at Chris the Alien.